Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcoring Guides, bringing you my guide for Deadpool on Ultra Violence difficulty. Today we are doing Chapter 1 entitled Home Sweet Home. There are 8 chapters in this game, and it's roughly, I don't know, good 6-ish hour game. It's not too long. So a few things that I want to just go ahead and say real quick, because since Chapter 1 is mostly just focused on doing things rather than actual combat. I'll talk about combat stuff when we get into that. The first couple of things I want to address is, one, I'm playing this on the PS5, and at the time, I've already platinumed the PS3 and the PS4 version, but I forgot that PS5 also considers itself like a different console, I guess, so you get trophies again. And I don't remember if the Ultra Violence trophy popped up. I know I looked in my trophy list and I saw it there. But either way, even if people don't somehow believe I'm playing on Ultra Violence, then, well, I'm pretty sure the amount of deaths and the damage that you take would probably hopefully be enough to see that. I wanted to go check and see if it actually was in the settings to see if you could, check it out there, but yeah, doesn't really matter. But anyway, yeah, we're now doing Deadpool. It's a pretty fun game. It does have quite a bit of challenge to it, and a couple of tips I just want to go ahead and give right now is I'm going to be relying on stuns quite often, or at least stun kills. Whenever you stun an enemy, you can typically get like a nice circle, to grab them or to shoot, or like this, stab or shoot them, depending on what your weapon is upgraded to. And I will be using guns quite a bit, and I also recommend upgrading your guns the best to your ability. And I didn't realize and understand how the concept of upgrading in this game worked. So just to kind of lay it out real fast while we have the chance. Basically, every time you get a kill, you eventually start to unlock new upgrades that you can purchase. And the thing is, to purchase upgrades, of course, you need Deadpool points, which you can find around the map or just get combos and what have you and kill enemies, right? Typical stuff. So thing is, if you happen to die and you happen to have upgraded whatever you upgraded, say like extra damage on your blades, right? Well, if you upgrade that and you die, you still keep your upgrade, and you still, I think, as far as I'm aware, keep your Deadpool points. So if you start to struggle and you need upgrades bad, then just, keep dying or whatever, and eventually you can probably get them. But for me, like I said, I didn't realize how the upgrade thing worked. So what happened was I ended up going through almost the entire game, at least until the last chapter-ish or so, with only just blades and the pistols. So I apologize if that seems like a very boring concept to some. I just, at the time, didn't realize how the upgrades worked. Like I said, I keep repeating myself, but that's just how my brain works. Yeah, so just make sure that whenever you upgrade all of your base stuff that you really want to upgrade, like your health and all that. And I would recommend upgrading the swords and the guns, the pistols, first and foremost, along with like your character upgrades. Just get them all upgraded, and then after that, go ahead and start buying into buying the grenades and buying the guns and such. If you really need a grenade bad, and you might be struggling with like a lot of scenarios that, well, are very hard. Well, getting grenades is not a big deal because they don't cost too much. So I'd say get them whenever you feel like it. But the flashbang, which we'll get to see later on in this game, of course, when I eventually get to that point, like near the end of the chapters, well, near like the final chapters and such, is when I finally start buying the grenades. When we get to that point, you will see that the flashbang allows you to stun enemies. And then, of course, you can go in for the circle kill. Now, the circle kill is usually it's basically an upgrade that you get depending on your gun and your weapon. There's like 3 melee weapons, and then there's like 5 or 6 so guns. I forget what it is, but each one, you have to upgrade to get to that point in order to get that circle kill, which I will demonstrate when we get to there. If I'm not mistaken, I think the blades do not come with that. At first, no, yeah, they don't come with that at first. I don't think anything does. I don't think the pistols do either. I'll have to look. Once we get into the actual true, real chapters, like as in like Chapter 2 and such, then you'll get to see what I'm talking about when it comes to that. So, yeah, I did forget to do like the last thing it was less of like forgetting to do it and more so that I just forgot where the last thing would have been for this achievement, to get all 14 of Deadpool's stuff, to play with his junk, so to speak. So I apologize for those that might be wanting to watch this for trophies, which is not a good idea because this is more so for ultra-violence. I mean, to be fair, you get a trophy for beating ultra-violence, so if you were wanting help with that, then hopefully I can help you there. Cause maybe I did get it, I don't know. I guess it just didn't, I don't know, maybe it didn't pop or something, I have no idea. But either way, I, hope that this guide will hopefully prove useful to some, and if not, help you in terms of advice and tips or whatever. Maybe potentially I could entertain you. I will be cutting out a lot of the cutscenes. I know this is Deadpool the game, and I understand that this is based on Deadpool, so it's like it makes sense to kind of have him, well, show off a lot of the cutscenes, which some are still kind of funny, but this is more so a guide for the purpose of going through hard mode to give advice and help. So anyway, that's it for Chapter 1. I'll see you guys in Chapter 2. And as always, take care, everybody.
Hello, sir. I have a package that...